Benson Judge here. Well, just trying to walk you through over this pharmacy inventory manager. Yes, this is a program that helps pharmacies, retail pharmacies keep track of their pharmaceutical product. Yes. Um, One of the key features that it has is highlighting the products that are expiring, which is one of the important components that I wanted to put into this program. As well as just giving out the whole entire total in their almost basic state, should I say? Yes. So, well, over the let's say past 2 years, I have worked in retail pharmacies. I've worked in retail and with retail pharmacies. So basically on product management. Um, I've worked both as an employee as well as both providing business services and our advanced information management and business consultants where we provide product management training. Yes. So I've worked with a number of systems and some of the gaps that I've noticed is the expiries. So, because many other times that we usually neglect this part, and many other times that the systems that are available there don't really prioritize this part. So, in as much as they've got components which could be used to track these, they're not much specific as into giving out the actual reminder and the necessary attention that it requires. So I thought that I could also try to address those challenges. Yes, among the many other challenges that are there. Well, there are a number of things that I would have loved to put in place, but well, of course, due to time. But of course, as I continue on, we're gonna see how I can maybe get to improve the program. Yes, but in the meantime, it's able to do the basics, which is it's able to keep taking record. It's able to uh, uh, keep a record. You're able to go back to that record. You're able to edit that record. Yes, and it's able to summarize the total number of products that you have in the inventory as well as the products that are expiring in the next 3 months. Yes, so having such experience and having worked with a number of pharmacies and in that area, those are the gaps that I thought that I could try to close with this application as part of my assignment for the Code in Place 2025. Yes, so I'm just going to try to walk you over through how the application is running and how just the code, and then maybe in the later videos I can get to talk about how each and every code is just meaning. So we begin by first of all creating our current product list, our dictionary, where we're going to try to stock these products that are going to be passed in. Yes. And then we're beginning to define our inventory. So these are global functions, so that we can be able to access them whenever we need them inside our main function. Yes, so we've got our save to inventory because we'd like to write this file, the data that we're going to capture to the inventory file. Yes, and then this is going to be the loading file, where we're going to try to load that file once the program starts. Yes. And then this part is just the product expiration count. This is very important because this is one of the main features that we want. So we want to keep track of how many products are expiring. So this is just keeping track of how many products are expiring after we've checked the expiration date, which we're gonna set to 3 months from the current date. So the reason why I picked 3 months from the current date, this could be adjustable, or yes, this could be adjustable based on the traffic of the business and the particular basically based on the type of the traffic of the business. And well, there's just some people that some patients that really don't want to take drugs that are expiring maybe in a period of 3 months. So you want to ensure that there's no drug that is expiring in that particular ideally anyways. Of course, for some selected drugs. So basically the idea under the 3 months. So what we are basically doing here with the product count. So we're checking for products and then we are counting how many of those products are expiring. That's what this function is going to be doing. Yes. So this application has to get input. We are assuming we are using this application at the start of the entry. So what happens in retail pharmacies is we are receiving products that have come in. You've got an invoice and then you've got products that are coming in. So those products, for you to be able to keep track of them, you have to record them somewhere. So that's what the system is going to be able to do. So it begins by printing out the first message, which is welcome to the inventory pharmacy manager. Yes, and then it goes on to prompt the user to put in the options. So it prints out the menu. Do you want to add the product? Or do you want to delete the product? Do you want to view the current list of products in the inventory? Or do you want to exit? So the main menu asks the user what is it that they want to do. Do they want to add the product to the inventory? Do they want to delete, or do they want to update, or do they just want to view? So those are the main three options that are gonna be four options that are gonna be there in respect to how the application is gonna be working. So ideally we're gonna write those about four functions. Yes, we're gonna have the add product function, then we're gonna also the delete and update product function. We're also gonna have the view product function. Yes, of which these, in trying to make the application work better and more user friendly, it's gonna have its own helper functions that are gonna follow. Yes. So I'm gonna try to go step by step. Um, yes, maybe trying to use decomposition method. We're trying to figure out how to get the first step first, and then we're gonna try to figure out how to get to the other steps. That's gonna come later. Yes. So first we're gonna ask the user to put to get the input from the number of options that are gonna be there. Which do they wanna add the product? Is it at the start of so we are assuming at the start of the procurement, maybe they have already procured the products, they have brought them in the building, and then, yes, you want to record that we've got such an entry. So this is like the receiving part, the add products to the inventory. Yes. So we want to capture a number of things. We want to capture the, the drug name. We want to capture the quantities. We also want to capture the expiries, of course. Because there are a number of things that we can capture along the way, such as maybe the batch number, and also, but we're not going to try to focus on that for now. Yes, we're just going to try to capture those, maybe let's say vitals. Well, we're not saying the others are not really, but in this particular case, I think we're going to just focus on those major ones. Yes. Yes, so that's what we're simply just gonna do. So that is what this main menu function is. So this main menu function is just gonna present the first options based on the current circumstance of what's gonna be happening. So if it's gonna be the inventory which is gonna be received, we're gonna have the add function. Have you maybe done stock count as a pharmacy? Maybe you wanna work out on the number of, you wanna change the inventory which is already existing. Uh, well, you can go back to the inventory and make some changes on the quantities. Maybe you realize that after you view the product, you realize that the name was not saved properly. Of course, you want to go back and make that change. Yes, so we're gonna have that function as well, and then we also maybe you just want to view the products that are available. You want to see the number that are available. Maybe you also want to see a specific product how it's doing, or you also just want to see the products that are expiring as well as independent, other than the summary that gets printed at the start of the application. Okay, so you might want to do all those things. So, of which are actually very important in part of operations of the pharmacy on a daily basis. So we're going to try to ensure that things work in that particular manner. Yes, so after that, after now we've loaded our first menu and we've given and defined the current services that we're going to provide from the application, which is going to be adding, deleting, updating. Yes, and keeping track of products that are expiring. So I think we can now go on to say, so this is already a worked solution. This is already working, just walking you through on what was happening. Yeah. So the first function is the add product to the dictionary. So we've already created the dictionary on top. So now we wanna get input from the user, and then we wanna add products to the dictionary. Yes. So we have the first part there, which is getting the user input. Yes. And then we've got a number of validations because drug names are supposed to fall in a particular way. So, for example, drug names, from my experience, we are sometimes dealing with brand names, sometimes we're dealing with drug names. They call them generic names. Yes. So you might be dealing with the, let's say, what? Amoxi, you know, that's like a brand name for amoxicillin, the antibiotic. Could be, you know. So, for example, let's say tramadol, could be tramadol hydrochloride. Could just be maybe brand name would be maybe Dormadol for something like that. So sometimes we might be dealing with that. Yeah, so you have to push in some of the yeah, basically the validation. So the program is going to have a number of validations. Of course, that's what I wanted. Yes, such that we ensure that the data which is being passed is very much accurate. Yes, so we're gonna have validation such as length of drug name, how many numbers the drug name is supposed to have, such and such. Yes, so that's what this uh, had drug function is gonna get. So we're gonna begin with the name, and then we're gonna get the name. So of course, drugs we're dealing with drugs come in different types. There are those that come as injections. There are those that come as liquid, and there are those that come as solid. So in this particular case, the other injection is coming in as a liquid anyways. So yes, so they are coming into form solids and liquids. So we want to ensure that our program also caters for that. Yes. So after we've gotten the name, we're going to check for, is this drug liquid? The drug that I have, is it liquid so that I know, am I going to capture in mils or am I going to capture per strip? So for example, in our setup, we are able to say our per strip, and then so as a result, we get a capture quantities per strip. Yes, not per box. So we are a retail pharmacy which is selling to individuals that are coming in. So we are also selling. So many of the pharmacies that I'm working with are basically retail pharmacies. Yes. So they are working with strips. So we'd like to keep track of our products using strips. Yes. So that is if the product is coming in as a solid and it's packed in strips. Yes. And there are also those that are coming in tablets. So we're going to just try to ensure that our program also caters for that. Yes. So is this product that we're dealing with, is it a liquid or is it solid coming in tablets? Yes. So after we've determined that, then we're going to ask for the strength or the concentration of the drug. Is it coming in as a 50 ml? Is it for 200 milligrams? Or maybe 200 milligrams of azithromycin, 200 milligrams of azithromycin in a 5 ml, the 5 ml, you know. So basically, and or if it's strips, we want to know how many strips are going to be in a particular box, or if that box is coming as a single strip, because there are those boxes that are coming that have been packed as a single strip anyways, and there are those boxes that are coming in as a batch of strips. So we also want to just ensure that our application also just covers for such type of validations, for such type of entry as well. Yes. So basically, so here we're just saying if the input is maybe strips, so we're gonna go on and capture whatever that's gonna come through, the number of strips that are gonna be in there, and so on and so forth. So that's what the add product function is going to do. And then at the same time, the add product function is going to go along and it's going to go on and also check and verify the dates as well. basically. Yeah. So that's what the add product file is gonna do. Also, it's gonna also get input, check for the current date. So because what we wanna do, especially on the date. So let me just go there to the date so that we just know what we're talking about. Okay. Maybe I must have missed putting out a comment somewhere. Where is my date? Okay, yes. So expiration date. Expiration date. Yes. So we're gonna also get the expiration date for the product, and then we're gonna also uh, check if the expiration date that is being entered is not less than today, because sometimes there can be typos. You don't wanna have typos in the system that you get to come and clean later. So the idea is, let's try to limit as many errors as possible pre, and then I think it's gonna be easier on the post. Yes. So that is why I had to basically focus much on the validations, because we want to first of all gather the right data in the first place so that we have the database which is very clean. That way it's going to be that much easier to work with the other data. Yes, so we're going to get the date, and we're going to also compare it with the current date just to ensure that the date which is being passed is not before the current date, which is quite very important. And then we're just going to put in some validation for the input, basically. Yes. So, anyways, the program is going to continue as I mentioned, based on the type of the nature of the drug. Is it liquid? Is it solid? If it's liquid, obviously it's going to be packed maybe in bottles or vials, or maybe containers. So we're going to try to get what's the volume of that container that is holding that drug. Is it maybe a 2 liter? Is it maybe a 10 mils? Is it a 200 mils? The drugs can be in various containers. So we just want to know what container that's kind of what the drug, the volume for that container. Yes, and then we want to know how many containers for that. That is if that particular product is going to be a liquid. Yes, but if it's going to be a strip, of course, we want to know how many strips are in the box, if it's coming with strips in a box, if it's coming from a strip in a box. Yes, basically. And then the program is going to continue, and then it's going to go on like that. Let me just push this one down so that we can just go on like that. Yes. So in the same add product function, we want to print out the summary of what has been captured. But before we can proceed to saving, we also want to ask, is this the correct information that you wanted? Yes, basically. So that's what we're going to try to do also in this add function. So it's quite a very long function. I think it could be broken down in smaller functions. Yes, but I think we are learning as we go along. We'll be able to do better. Yes. So once we have captured the number of the details that we need to get, if we've captured the quantities based whether the drug is liquid or if it's been packed in solid forms. Um, yes. So we'd like to now print out whatever that has been captured to say, here is the information that you've entered. Is this the information that is there? Yes. So we are assuming this is the reception where we are actually receiving the product. Either you're a stores manager or you're a product manager, but we are assuming we are receiving the product in this particular way. Yeah. So we now have to confirm the information that has been given, that has been entered. We have to confirm the drug name, we have to confirm the milligrams, because drugs, they come in different strength. There is, let's say, maybe the 30.10 milligrams, there is in 30.20 milligrams, there is another pill 10 milligrams, there is another pill 5 milligrams, there is another pill 20 milligrams. So the strength is quite very important. So as a result, yeah, we have to know what has been printed. So maybe you might have missed, maybe you're working on your 30.20 milligrams and then you typed 10. So you have to review what has been entered before you can actually save it. Yeah, so that's what we're trying to do. So we're gonna have it printed out to us to say this is what has been uh, captured. Do you want to save, or do you want to just maybe edit the information? Yes, so we're gonna have that part as well. Yeah, and then if they enter, then we're gonna say, if they say yes, then we're gonna proceed to save that to the inventory, and then the application is gonna go back and load the main menu. Yes, so we have they had product. So we have added product to the dictionary. We have added product to the inventory. Well, we would like to also make changes. We don't just want to add and just make them constant there. We want to maybe go back in case of something. Maybe in case we do a stock count during the course of the week, or maybe the month. We would like to go and make changes. So regardless of the circumstance, regardless of the issue, one way or the other, we have to go back to our inventory and try to make changes. Yes, that would suit, because environments are always changing. So this is what the update delete product is going to be able to do. Yes, it's simply going to be able to go back to our current inventory. Ask, first of all, it's going to ask for the type of drug, the product, and then after the product has been searched in the current dictionary that is going to be there, which is going to be the current inventory. Yeah, and then it's gonna pull out that name. If the name or the drug name that has been entered isn't in the dictionary or the inventory, it has to be able to bring out to say there isn't such a name in the dictionary. So basically, so we're gonna try to first of all get the input, and then we're gonna check that input if it's gonna be in the dictionary, which is gonna be our current inventory. And if it's gonna be in the current inventory, we're gonna pull it and try to work on it in that particular manner. Yes. So that's what the update delete product is gonna be. Yes. So we're gonna check first of all if the product exists in the list, that is after we've gotten the input of the name of the product. Yes. Yes, after that we're gonna check if the product exists in our dictionary. If the product exists, we're gonna print the product, and then we're gonna go to, what do we want to do with this product now? Do we want to delete? Do we want to update? Yes, and then we're gonna also loop in, is it that what is it that we wanna update on the product? Is it the quantity? Is it the name? Is it the, okay, so we're gonna try to put in all those things. So that's what this function is gonna do, the add, the update and delete product function. Okay, so it's gonna allow us to go to the particular product in our dictionary, pick that product, and be able to change any parameter in that product, whether it's gonna be quantity, expiry date, or the product name itself. And then we're gonna be able to save the changes to the dictionary. Yes. So then we're gonna have the view product. We're gonna have the view product. So this is a function. So we have added product to the dictionary, and we're able to make changes to this dictionary. And at the end of the day, we still want to see what's happening to the dictionary. We want to see what's happening to the inventory. How many products do we have? How many are expiring? Such kind of thing. That is important to guide in the ordering. Do we get more of this product? Yes, what are we supposed to do with this product that is expiring in this? Can you maybe refer it to a place that can sell more? Can we maybe put it on promotion or something like that? Yes. So we want to know what is happening to our inventory. So therefore, we'd like to know what's happening to the status of our product. So therefore, we're gonna have the view product, which is gonna have its own helper function. View product. Do we want to view all the products, or do we want to view a part of the list of products um, in the in the in the dictionary? Yes. So that's why we're gonna have the view all product, and then we're gonna have to view a specific product in the dictionary also. Yeah. So that's what this function is gonna be able to do. The view all product is gonna have the ability to view all product, as well as it's gonna be able to have the ability to view um, specific products. Yes, as well as a particular group of maybe such products that are expiring. Maybe as we build the application forward, we want to be able to also isolate the type of uh, we're going to be able to view maybe the type of the class of that type of drug. Is it an antibiotic? Is it a painkiller? Maybe such things. Yes, but in the meantime, we're just going to be able to pull out a particular product from the dictionary, which is quite very important, which is quite very basic. Yes. So some of the things that we're going to maybe focus on is we're going to maybe be capitalizing the entries, because we are capitalizing the entries that we are saving in the dictionary. So for just that consistency in the data, so that the data continues pulling out certain things, we're going to be just capitalizing and then stripping out some empty spaces. Yes. So basically, and then we're going to have the product expiration in 3 months from date function. So, which is one of the important functions in our program, because we want to check what products are expiring based on the reason that I just gave above. Yes. So this product expiration is just gonna calculate the date from our current date, which is gonna be 3 months from now. We're gonna assume that each day is gonna cost maybe 90, it's gonna cost maybe 30, so 30 by 3. So that's what basically that's the mathematics we're gonna be using there. Yeah. Then we're still gonna also have uh, expiring drugs function. So in the view of function, we want to also have its own sub-function. Yes, I want to view, and maybe I want to view only drugs that are expiring. Yes, maybe I just want to view a particular section of drugs, as I mentioned. Is it maybe the antibiotics that I have? So we should be able to do that just for easy access, because the good quality of information is it should be able to be readily accessible when needed. So that is also what we just want to do here. Yes. So view current product list. This is basically just checking if we have anything in the product list. Yeah, basically. So that is what this program has been all about. It's been amazing. It's been amazing. It's been an amazing experience. Um, I'm looking forward to what can be learned forward and what basically can be done. So we continue learning. So and yeah, we continue learning and just see how good we can be. Just the curiosity itself. Super excited to what I can build, really. Yes, super excited. Especially, I'm super excited to see just how far this program can go. Yeah, yeah. So we're going to just try to see if we can run this program, and just so that I can just see, I can just show you how it's moving. We're just going to try to pass in few products, and then yeah, we check it out. So yes, so we're going to run. Okay, I think it can look better when we do this. So we're gonna do that. But I feel here it gives us a bit of much good Yes, like the terminal is isolated. Yeah. Okay, so we're just gonna run the program and just see how it runs. So this is, yes, we just moved to the other side of the. Yeah, so the program runs as I mentioned, says print out the welcome message here, and then it loads the main menu. So it prints the summary, which is quite very important because we want to emphasize the total number of products that are in the inventory, and then we also want to know the number of products that are expiring. Especially the expiring is very important because there is just so many losses that occur or that take place in these pharmacies, especially when it comes to products that they literally forget about these products. Yes. Well, partly maybe it could be in the way that some of the products are arranged. Maybe they're not following the first in, first out. But of course, if there is nothing that is reminding you that somewhere, somehow, there are these numbers of products that are going to expire, then of course you won't have to maybe be reminded of, especially if it's not embedded in you, basically. So by having something that is printed off on the first screen, it just pushes up that reminder to say there's something that you can check somewhere. Yes, so I think that's important. That's a reason why I had to put this here. To ensure that it just saves that agent reminder that there are these numbers of products. And in terms of stock levels, of course, you can know that the business operates with this number of stock. Of course, if it prints you a number that is less than average, you definitely know to say somewhere maybe there are products that we got to replace or something like that. Yes. So the first option is gonna say add product, delete or update product, view current product, or exit. So basically, we're gonna add product. So we're gonna go to our choice, say add product. So add product to inventory list. We'll say enalapril is enalapril a liquid product. So we want to know, is enalapril a liquid product or not? Are we dealing with a liquid product, or we are dealing with yes, as I mentioned, a solid product? So enalapril is a tablet. So I'm not dealing with the liquid product. Enalapril is a, yes. So what is the strength? Let's say I'm dealing with 10 milligrams. Okay, expiry. So for just trying to see if the product expiration in a few months is going to be able to change up something there. So we're going to say 2025. This is June. This is June 12. June 12. That's going to be 06. 12. Please enter product expiry date 06. Is another pre-packed. So let's see what happens there. No. So we're gonna say no. It comes with three strips. How many boxes? I have 4. So there it prints me the summary of the details that I've entered and the total strips that I have. Yes. Do I want to confirm? Yes. So total unique products in inventory says 1. Products expiring in the next 3 months says 1 because we have an April which has got 12 quantities in strips and which is expiring actually today. Yes. So let's try to see if we can add a liquid and then see just what pops up there. So enter choice. I still want to add drug. So what drug do I want to have? So I'll say cardifen. Cardifen is a cough expectorant here. Yeah, it's a cardifen. So is cardifen a liquid product? Yes, cardifen is a liquid product. So drug strength. So basically, cardifen is a combination of a number of things, really. So it can be given in 10 mils. It can be given in and depending who's taking. So the constitutions are quite a number because it has got phenolene malate, it's got what, and a number of other things. Yes, so here I think we can do that. And with meals, we can just retain the same number of meals per bottle. Yes, expiry date, we're going to say 2027 this time, we're going to say 05. Just any random date. Yes. Enter volume per container. Cardifen is usually 100 mils. How many containers do I have of Cardifen? Well, maybe I have 100. So it's going to print out the summary. Do I want to add? Yes, I want to add. So therefore it has printed the summary, the dictionary in memory. It says dictionary in memory because in as much as we have the inventory file on the other side, here I think we're gonna have to struggle a little bit. So we're gonna just have to switch off a little bit so that it doesn't give us a problem. Yes, so in memory means the moment that we're gonna shut this program down, unless we release that save to inventory function, we're gonna have to begin on a fresh note. Yes, so basically, so let's try to see what the other functions are doing. So we're gonna say view current product list, which is gonna be option number 3. So in view current product list, we've got view a product, view a specific product, and then we've got view expiring product, as I mentioned. So we're gonna have different views depending on what we want. So we're gonna say view expiring product is gonna be 3. So then it comes to pre-select, view product expiring in 3 months. Great, and then it says drag product expiring in the next 3 months, and it's gonna print out another pre quantity 12 expiring. Then it's gonna print out a message says expiring soon. Yes, down here it's gonna print a little message found on products expiring in the next 3 months. Based on that product count expiry that we had put in the global function there. Yes, then again the software is gonna loop back to the menu for the expiration, and then it's gonna ask for us if you still want to review the product that are expiring in 3 months, or if we're going to go back. So we're going to say 0, and then we're just going to go back. We're going to exit to main menu. So basically how the program is running. So let's just exit. Yes, inventory saved to drag inventory to CSV test successfully, and then exiting inventory manager. Well, it's been amazing. Looking forward to more great stuff.